What specific problem does your work aim to solve in the context of numeric cognition, and how does it bridge the gap between neural and symbolic representations?
This work aims to understand how artificial neural networks, ANNs, implement numeric concepts at the level of symbolic algorithms, SAS, specifically in the context of numeric equivalence tasks. By investigating the representations used by ANNs to solve these tasks, we seek to bridge the gap between neural and symbolic representations, highlighting how neural systems might embody mutable, abstract numeric variables akin to those in computer programs. We focus on causal alignments between neural variables and symbolic variables from counting programs, revealing that recurrent models develop a count-up, count-down strategy, while transformer architectures utilize context-based solutions. Our findings demonstrate that the alignment of neural representations with symbolic algorithms can vary based on task details and model architecture, providing insights into the nature of numeric reasoning in both biological and artificial systems. Ultimately, this work contributes to a unified understanding of numeric cognition by characterizing neural systems in terms of simplified symbolic processes.
How does the proposed method work? Illustrate step by step the processing involved in your numeric equivalence tasks, especially how the recurrent and transformer architectures handle the input sequences.
The proposed method involves training recurrent and transformer architectures on numeric equivalence tasks, which are defined by sequences of tokens that represent quantities. Each sequence begins with a beginning of sequence BOS token, followed by demonstration tokens that indicate the quantity, a trigger token, T, to signal the start of the response phase, and ends with response tokens that must match the quantity of the demonstration tokens. For recurrent models, such as gated recurrent units, GRUS, and long short-term memory networks, LSTMs, the hidden state vector captures a Markovian state that accumulates information over time, allowing the model to store and update a cumulative count as it processes each token. In contrast, transformer architectures utilize a history of all input tokens at each time step, leveraging attention mechanisms to reference and recompute information from the context, which enables them to handle the sequences without relying on a cumulative count variable. The analysis of these models is further enhanced through distributed alignment search, DAS, which aligns the neural representations with symbolic algorithms to understand how the models solve the tasks.
Can you provide a simple example of a sequence in your numeric equivalence task and walk through how the model processes this sequence to generate a response?
In our numeric equivalence task, a simple example sequence could be BOS DDTRREOS, where the object quantity is 2. The sequence begins with the beginning of sequence BOS token, followed by 2 demonstration tokens, DD, indicating the quantity of 2. The trigger token, T, signals the transition to the response phase, where the model must produce the same number of response tokens, RR, as the quantity observed. The model processes this sequence by first encoding the demo tokens to track the quantity, and upon reaching the trigger, it utilizes its learned representations to predict the response tokens. The model's performance is evaluated based on its ability to correctly predict the response tokens, followed by the end of sequence EOS token, thus demonstrating its understanding of the numeric equivalence task.
What are the theoretical or practical benefits of using your method compared to existing approaches in modeling numeric reasoning in neural networks?
The method presented in this work offers significant theoretical and practical benefits over existing approaches in modeling numeric reasoning in neural networks. Firstly, by employing causal analyses through distributed alignment search, DAS, we can establish causal alignments between neural variables and symbolic algorithms, providing a clearer understanding of how neural networks represent numeric concepts. This contrasts with previous methods that often relied on correlational analyses, which may not accurately capture the underlying mechanisms of numeric reasoning. Secondly, our approach highlights the importance of task details in influencing model behavior, revealing that seemingly unrelated factors can significantly affect the alignment of neural representations with symbolic algorithms. Additionally, we demonstrate that transformer architectures utilize context-based strategies, such as referencing and recomputing information, which can lead to more robust numeric reasoning compared to traditional recurrent models. Lastly, our findings on the graded nature of neural symbols and their interchangeability across different numeric magnitudes provide insights that can enhance the design of future neural architectures for improved performance in numeric tasks.
How was the effectiveness of your method validated? Discuss the experimental design, datasets used, and the metrics for measuring performance.
The effectiveness of our method was validated through a series of carefully designed experiments involving recurrent and transformer architectures trained on numeric equivalence tasks. We utilized datasets consisting of varying length sequences of tokens, where each sequence included a demonstration phase, followed by a response phase, with object quantities sampled from 1 to 20. The models were evaluated based on their ability to predict the correct response tokens after the trigger token, with a trial considered correct only if all response tokens and the end-of-sequence EOS token were accurately predicted. We employed distributed alignment search, DAS, to measure the alignment between the model's neural representations and symbolic algorithms, using interchange intervention accuracy, IA, as the primary metric for performance evaluation. Additionally, we conducted causal interventions to substantiate claims about the neural solutions, ensuring that our analyses were grounded in robust experimental design and validation methods.
What specific results did you achieve with your models, and how do these results demonstrate the advantages of your approach over previous methods?
In our study, we achieved significant results by demonstrating causal alignments between neural variables in recurrent and transformer architectures and symbolic algorithms, SAS, for numeric cognition tasks. Specifically, we found that recurrent models, particularly those trained on the multi-object task, showed strong alignment with the up-down program, indicating a count-up and count-down strategy for tracking quantities. In contrast, transformer models exhibited a reliance on context-based strategies, as evidenced by their high interchange intervention accuracy, IA, when using the context-distributed CTX distribution program. Our use of distributed alignment search, DAS, allowed us to substantiate these claims through causal interventions, which provided a clearer understanding of the neural representations compared to previous methods that lacked such rigorous causal analysis. Additionally, we highlighted the importance of model size, showing that larger models had more precise neural variables, thus enhancing the interpretability of their numeric representations.